Ta-da.
Ta-da.
And now you know. Also, I'm drinking a hibiscus strawberry wheat ale with a peanut butter chocolate stout that has been it's been nitroed.
It's been nitricized.
Nitricized. And together it is strawberry, peanut butter, and Tootsie Roll at the very end.
That's a lot of flavor.
It's really cool. It's peanut butter and jelly with I wanted Nutella. I got Tootsie Roll.
All right. Should we get this show on the road?
Yeah, let's snag it. Whatcha.
Howdy doody to Horatio Hornblock and the rest of you humongous humans. This is episode 32 of the Geeqoid Podcast. And
Howdy doody, Pooty.
Yeah. Coming to you from a
Live.
Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
Which is unusual for us.
5:17. I mean, early evening for us.
6 in one hand, half in the other. But yeah, Rachel and Stellan, they're up north visiting her family.
I miss you guys.
We miss you too.
No, what?
You mean my wife and child. Got
it. Yeah. Miss you too.
Jarrad just got back from a hike 2 days in a row now, putting in steps.
Yeah, putting in the steps, putting in the Ritz.
In the Ritz?
Putting on the Ritz.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know this song?
I think I do.
I don't know it either. I know the melody.
Okay. We got some news to cover. A few things happened this past week.
There's going to be a day, folks. We have a podcast that we don't have news, and we're just going to shoot the shit. That's it.
God, I hope not.
Whatever. There's always our news.
Yeah. I mean, there's not that much to share, but...
sad panda.
Yeah. I don't want to work this week. Meta unveiled some new glasses. So they haven't given up on the glasses concept.
No, actually, they and Google again, but they're the two that are doing the most right now.
And maybe Apple, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. No.
So they unveiled these new glasses, and they're a huge step up from the Gen 1 that we got a few years ago.
Yeah.
So these are upgraded battery life, better lenses, better cameras, better everything, effectively. And now they're pairing it with a wristband that allows you to basically do movements with your hand that translates into input for the glasses UI.
This is it, dude. We called it. We're like, give us some rings, give us a wristband, and the amount of cool stuff without having to use a joystick or whatever is going to blow people's minds.
Yeah. I still say the glasses look a little goofy. I know they're trying to make them stylish by being Ray-Bans and all, but...
I did see when he put them on, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, it just screams nerd.
They're a little bit bigger, folks, so that, so Ray-Ban can fit all of Meta's / Facebook's, tech in there.
Yeah. As someone who has never worn glasses, I really just don't see myself putting these on. I mean, I've worn sunglasses, but not like eyeglasses.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it. They're sunglasses, bro. They're Ray-Bans. Come on, get out of here.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think of it's going to be like an all-day use device.
See, that's where I am wondering, like, the battery's not going to last. I mean, we're already seeing that with other goggles and AR devices. But, like, is this maybe like you put them on during certain work sessions or presentations, or you put them on during certain, like, I could see this in New York City. Like, this would be great around Manhattan. And, like, you're cruising the sidewalks, trying to figure out the right bagel spot. Oh, I already went there twice. Ugh, gross. Which subway? Okay, I got to come down this way. Like, that kind of stuff. Dude, these glasses would be killer.
That would be cool. I can see those use cases. For me, in my day-to-day, I don't see, like, I don't live in a metropolis. I live out in the burbs. And so
Hey, not everybody does.
I don't imagine any exciting opportunity at work to put these through the paces. So maybe
No.
I'm just missing out on life.
Dude,
but
you're always the negative Nancy of this podcast.
I am. I'm
You are always like, if it doesn't affect me, I don't care. Like, God.
I'm just a perpetual cynic. But yeah, I think it's a nice step forward for the space.
Yeah. And Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD, whatever the fuck. He's been following Meta's glasses pretty closely for the last 2 years. So if anybody wants to jump on YouTube, look up Meta glasses and then Marquez Brownlee or his acronym, there are some really neat videos where he goes into a deep dive and a philosophy and interviews Zuckerberg and other folks. It's pretty good.
Cool. I'll have to check that out. So the reason I mentioned Apple was something occurred to me that we didn't talk about last week when we were reviewing all the Apple announcements. And I kind of poo-pooed the iPhone Air. And then I heard something interesting in another podcast I was listening to.
Listen, let's stop. You poo-pooed almost all the event. I was the one person who was like, actually, there's some really good strides they made. And you're like, no. Moving on.
But the one take that I did hear that I thought was interesting is that they've managed to move all the components for the entire iPhone up into this little band at the top.
You never listen to me.
No,
that's what I said.
I know you did, and I'm just rehashing what you said before I get to my next point.
I'm sorry, my bad.
I'm wondering if that could have just been an engineering challenge and really a step to Apple's next big product, which would be a more consumer grade glasses type thing.
Whoa.
I mean, I know we were all thinking of the foldable iPhone, but what if they're just miniaturizing everything, squeezing it into a tight little compartment that can just sit on the side of your glasses eventually?
Blow my mind. Erik, when you think outside the box, I love it so much, dude. The what if. What a cool what if. What? That's
I mean, they've already been innovating on the Vision Tech with the Vision Pro. So, they're thinking about the consumer hardware. They see Google and Meta putting out these glasses. Like, they know it's a space. Oftentimes, Apple is not the first person to enter the space, but they usually sit on it, let it bake for longer until they're convinced that what they have is going to be a winner.
They look at everybody else and they go, that's interesting. My yes end to that is the left side of that small plateau is all of your sensors and your glass for the camera. That doesn't need to be a part of that because the camera, so folks, if you think about like the hardware is going to be in the stem of the glasses or the legs, whatever. I don't remember what they're called. But in your glasses, the camera will be in the front. Basically, like if you had the old Ray-Bans who have the little silver notch. So then that could thin out that more. And potentially the what if could be, can some of that tech be split in half so that half is on one side of your stem and half is on the other side? Erik, that's such a neat idea that there is a possibility.
Yeah, I think, Apple's working on it. I mean, they've got a huge R&D budget and team, and now that they're no longer making vehicles, they got to be putting their chips in some other basket.
Yeah, please. I mean, they really tried. Here's my one thing. We know Google and Meta and Samsung, they are always working and innovating on something behind the scenes. It's just Apple is so in the spotlight that we get to see and hear a lot of stuff that they're trying to keep secret. And I think that's why then they get the negative rap that we give them, because we do get to hear about it, unfortunately. Sorry, Apple. And I'm sure they are too. They're like, yeah, we were trying to keep it secret. So I think you said one time previous that, they're working on a ring, aren't they? And I was like, maybe they are. And you know what? I bet they are. However, or ring, and God, there's like 20 different other rings out there now. I I wonder if like their marketing is their whatever. They're like, is this gonna sell? Like it may not. However, gosh, I like saying my howevers. We just threw in that idea of like if the ring could be more of like a health thing as well. They already got your watch. You now have the AirPods that do health tracking. But if the ring can be more with gestures and motion, then I could see them implementing the ring. They're already using gestures too in the watch. If you flick your wrists to the left or right, or even using certain muscles, your thumb and your index, like it recognizes those gestures and will start, stop, answer, hang up phone calls.
Oh, yeah.
So there's also a little bit more to your idea of like, they might be looking at glasses. And we're seeing tech that we just kind of skip by that we're like, oh, cool. Yep. Answer, hang up. I don't have to hit the button. But those technologies can work towards this other what if thing. That's cool, man. I like that idea.
Yeah. No, it's they're cooking. That's all we can say. Stay tuned. Moving right along, I think we got to talk about Nintendo. And as much love as we have for Nintendo, their lawsuits and patent filings to counteract Pal World, this has gotten out of control. So if you are not in the know, Pal World is a Pokemon-like game that came out earlier this year to much fanfare because it was basically like Pokemon with guns.
Yeah.
Let's have all these cute, cuddly creatures with machine guns, and you run around in an open world and capture them and use them against each other. Well,
yeah, it's not rated R, but it's like
it's teen. Yeah, it's very teen.
Yeah.
But Nintendo sued. Pal World made changes, and then Nintendo filed some patents that had to do specifically with the capture mechanism of the Pokeball.
No, really?
Yes. So they filed some patents
for me.
And those patents were accepted. And I've been reading some reviews of some actual patent attorneys, and they're like, this never should have gotten through. It's like the direction and the angle at which the capture mechanism
really
is deployed at the subject. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous that they're going to these incredible lengths to block Pal World out and really any type of competitor. I'm just thinking, if you're done innovating, it's just all of this is garbage. And it just makes me sad that Nintendo is really going down this path.
There's other things too that we can kind of poo-poo on, like their dev kits are not rolling out like everyone hoped. And no one understands why, because it would behoove Nintendo to get these dev kits out to third-party developers. It's why we just saw the direct, was it this week? Last week? And last week, that's right. And a lot of these great third-party ports and new games, they're not coming out until like in between Q1 and Q2 of next year. Like we're talking like March of 26. And a big part of that is they didn't have dev kits or whatever. So are they coming? Yes. Does it look good? Yes. Does it look promising for Nintendo? Yes. However, if you want to keep these sales, which the sales have been really good, but if you want to keep these sales of the Switch 2 rolling, like, behoove you to kind of get these to IOI and Bethesda and other developers that are Capcom and Square Enix, like, to get them out there sooner.
It's the developers are trying to make games for your platform. Help them out.
Yeah, so a lot of these too, and here's the second or third knock on them is we're seeing a lot of third-party games that are going to be Switch 1 and Switch 2 enhanced. Why? Because they didn't have the dev kits. So they had Switch 1 dev kits, so that's what they're working off of.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can develop in Unreal Engine or whatever your engine of choice is for only so long, but when you actually have to see the game running on actual hardware and try and make those optimizations that you do for the last third of your development life cycle, it's kind of important that you get the hardware.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, people are nervous about Borderlands 4 for Switch 2 because it's already had a... Unreal 5 has been one of not the best of the Unreals, and it's showing a little bit.
You keep saying that, and
it's not.
So, I mean, here's the thing. Unreal Engine 5 really pushes the envelope of what is capable with computer graphics in many, many ways that Unreal Engine 4 never even came close to. So I don't even think you could compare them apples to apples. It's very much an apples to orange comparison. Yes, they're game engines, but they are
But then
so
why is the game engine so far of the games that have been for Unreal 5 been the buggiest of all games that have been out this year?
So, and here's the thing. Tim Sweeney, the CEO of Epic, has taken a lot of time, and as he's like said, they're constantly working with developers to really make sure that their games are polished. But a lot of times, a lot of this optimization, all of this bug fixing comes down to the very last part of development. And if you're not tackling that all the way throughout, you're going to have a subpar product when you get done with the process. So, I mean, there's been people griping about Borderlands 4. It's been running absolutely great for me. Yes, I have an RTX 4090 and 128 gigs of RAM. Like, my system is top of the line. And even Randy Pitchford, the CEO of Gearbox, is like, some people might need to upgrade their PCs. He basically was throwing shade at people who were complaining that, oh, it's not running great or whatever. It's like, yeah, okay. It's a demanding game, and you might need to upgrade your system if you really want to have all the bells and whistles, or you can tone down the settings to something that might play better.
I'm curious because CD Projekt Red, I don't know what engine they use, but Cyberpunk...
Well, it is their own engine.
It is their own, but I don't know what it's called. And then Star Wars Outlaws, I don't know what engine it ran or runs.
CD Projekt Red is switching to Unreal for Witcher 4.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think Outlaws... I don't know what Outlaws was on.
I don't think Outlaws does. Or if so, it might be what you're saying, because Outlaws took a very interesting approach. The developers took where they minimized other areas that took very little effort for them, or maybe it did take more effort for them, but it's less noticeable in play-by-play, frames per second, resolution, all that kind of stuff.
So yeah, I think a lot of the times too, if you are making your very first game on Unreal Engine, you've never made one on Unreal before, and you're pushing it through, and you don't know how long it's going to take you to go through a lot of the optimization, a lot of the bug fixing, and things of that nature. So, Epic Games is doing quite all right as a company, and people are still flocking to Unreal Engine for their game development needs. So, it's not... here's the... You can say what you want about Unreal Engine. It's not like Unity is perfect either, or Godot, or any other engine. Like, they all have their own quirks and characteristics and flaws, and it's all stuff you got to work through, and that's just part of game development. And tangential to game development, NVIDIA is apparently investing $5 billion in Intel. So
what?
Yeah, what used to be not really direct competitors, because Intel was always on the CPU side of things and NVIDIA was on the GPU side of things. Well, ever since AI really blew up and NVIDIA became the most valuable company in the world, Intel's been kind of left by the wayside, because they've just made error after error for the last 20 years, it seems, and they are a shell of their former glory, if you will. So they got a $10 billion investment from the Trump administration, another $5 billion now from Jensen Huang at NVIDIA. That's $15 billion and hopefully some new fabrication capabilities. I'm curious to see what they do with all of this. And it sounds like NVIDIA and Intel are going to be partnering on some data center-esque projects. So TBD on exactly what that will be. I don't think there's anything here that would be of note for gamers, however.
Well, that's fine. Who makes Snapdragon?
That would be not AMD. That would be, oh my God, I'm totally blanking. It's I think it's a UK company. ARM, not AMD. Or no, Qualcomm.
Qualcomm.
Yes.
Yeah, the Snapdragon is an ARM. ARM
No,
based.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought ARM was a different company.
No, like because M4 and the A series are ARM based processors. Snapdragon is too.
Okay.
But I was wondering if Intel was going to, or have they already made some ARM based processors?
So Intel they don't make ARM processors. They're like the x86 is their chipset that is famous. And so you look at Microsoft Windows, and they've transitioned to using the x86 predominantly to now supporting both x86 and ARM.
Yeah, I don't remember what that processor is called. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Microsoft ARM. Good. No, I don't. I don't know, folks.
So yeah, I don't. It'll be interesting. I don't honestly have any even inklings as to what this new partnership will be about. But
I'm curious. Because that's two big companies. Those are big. Those are like Apple or Microsoft. It's almost legacy. That's interesting. Some new reports came out for the i19 Pro, and its single core matches M2 single core, and its multi-core or GPU is matching M3.
what are you talking about?
The A19 Pro that just came out for iPhones.
Oh, okay.
Test scores have come out within the last few days, and they're matching, and in some cases beating, but like a very small margin. My point bringing this up is it's just impressive, like overly impressive, because you'll never be able to use your phones in that way.
Yeah, I mean, you chew through battery like nobody's business.
Yeah,
for starters.
But it's just like, we say these are small computers in our pockets. These are now like I say legit, but like these are very powerful small computers in our pockets. If these test scores are showing that they're hitting M series numbers, that's all I have to say. I just thought it was like, wow, good on you, Apple. I don't know why you're like, if of all the things you are overdoing,
over engineering phone processors.
Yeah. To the point that like I think there might be a point where I think they'll drop the A and they'll all be M's. The silicon's getting smaller and smaller. Or do you think there's like that marketing differentiation?
I don't think it's as critical for the marketing part of it, but I feel like there's big enough differences between the chips that they're putting in the computers and the iPad compared to what's going into the phone. I mean, you look at how battery efficient the phone chips are, and also the thermal capabilities of the two there's different concessions that you have to make in order to make the phone chip work. And yeah, it's going to be comparable on some areas, but if you look at the multi-core processing capabilities of the M chip, so when you start looking at things like video rendering and game playback, like it's still a huge margin of difference between the two. And I think there's those design considerations and what you're trying to optimize for and achieve, and the two different packages will continue to result in them being different chips and chipsets. That being said, they're clearly learning stuff in one area that they can use on the other side. And it's a
absolutely.
synergistic relationship for sure. And it's just going to continue that way. And that's why they kind of have the best chips on the market.
Yeah. And you just remind me, Center Stage was only for iPad, and then it came to Macs later. And now in these tiny, tiny little phones that are still, small tablets at this point, they now put Center Stage into the newest line of iPhones. And I did not expect them ever to do that. And they did. So again, learning from one area and then being like, we have it, we can fit it, let's do it.
Exactly. So yeah, it's we'll see where they go from here. But
my wife just ordered the orange.
She got the orange
iPhone 17 Pro Max with, instead of 8 gigs of RAM, 12, and instead of 2.0 USB-C, 3.2, I think they upgraded, with now the upgraded Bluetooth and Bluetooth 6 and vapor chamber and aluminum unibody and the new upgraded ceramic shield and the new technically 24 megapixel. Come on, third parties, give me the full access to that full 24 megapixel sensor. Yeah. And the new telephoto, she's jazzed. She went with the 256. That'll be perfectly fine for her. I would at least need 512 as much video as I used to do, and probably I would do again if I had that.
But yeah, I got to say the orange looks super sharp. I'm a bit envious, but I'm not going to upgrade yet. We'll see what they come out with for next year's 18, if they keep the same color scheme or if they switch it up yet again.
This is the first. Really I feel like they went out of their. It's always been what? White, silver.
Kind of like a bluish color.
Well, gold and black. That was like the real classic.
Yeah,
it was white, silver, gold, black. And then this blue, it's kind of cool. I dig the midnight blue. But orange, wow. Congratulations. You finally went inside of no, only professionals choose these 4 colors. Okay, great. Well, you know what? It's 2025.
Well, they also had their red, or their series red on occasion.
I think they dropped it, actually.
It's been a while since we've seen it for sure.
I think they dropped it. I think they dropped that foundation and that whole U2 thing, and they.
Oh, really?
Huh. Yeah, I think it's dead. Rest in peace.
That's a shame. Anyway, moving right along. What do you got for me? Because it feels like this was the quietest news week we've had in quite some time.
Hey, I'm okay with that, man. We had iPhone and then Nintendo Direct, and then before that, Google. Well, I guess Google was the one. And then before that, we had NVIDIA. It's kind of been off the chain. So I'm okay.
Yeah.
Initial reviews right now of the what ifs are people are not happy about how the Metroid Prime Beyond is looking. They were like, this is not what I was thinking. I was not expecting.
This is not the Metroid we're used to.
I was not anticipating a open world and a motorcycle. Why? And why are you adding psionic abilities? And but I'm still kind of excited. Well, I am. I'm going to buy it. So it's like the game that I want to buy. But yeah, and also a lot of interesting people who know this industry and know this franchise better than me They know the company that's developing it, Retro, I think, is, or something like that. So they have a really, really good track record. They either make good games or they make great games. They haven't made anything that's been a dud. Um,
I mean, if you're going to trust somebody
but
with one of your biggest franchises, then I sure hope so.
yeah, and they've done the other Primes, Beyonds, whatever. But there is a little bit of people being like, does this look a little dated? Like maybe this was developed like 5+ years ago, but then they were like, I don't know. And so they've almost been holding on to it. And now it's coming out for the Switch 2. And I don't come from, I've never played remastered, the first one, or second or third. So I can't say anything. But that's interesting to hear from people who know this company, know their development, know the games, and then go and they look at it and go, this looks like it could have came out on Switch 1.
Well, that this might be another instance in the same way that Mario Kart World was originally just like they had started on Switch 1 and then they just couldn't get it to work
That's
because
true.
the hardware
I
wasn't
think
there.
you're right. Yeah.
So I can totally see, especially with how quickly this is coming out since the launch of the Switch 2, like within the first 6-ish months. Clearly they were working on it for a while. They probably had targeted the Switch 1, and then with the Switch 2, they said, okay, we'll shift. So it's one of those
And
games that's not going to take full advantage of all the horsepower that the Switch 2 has.
Well, and I add to that, it's a Switch 1/Switch 2 game. So it's originally ported for Switch 1. So I think you're right. But then enhancements, 120, blah, 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 for Switch 2. So I think you're right. And I think people might be forgetting that because it's said from the get-go that this is for both the older tech and the newer tech.
Yeah. So there's plenty of compromises you have to make in order to make that happen. That's probably why it's feeling that way.
I know. I would like to get Bonanza whenever that happens. Christmas. My birthday is, next month.
Less than a month away.
Yeah. So that'd be cool. Also, I'm. I didn't drink enough water
during the hike.
Yeah. Oh, my mouth is so parched. I'm really excited to play Outlaws. There are certain games I'm not trying to buy because I know it's going to be a time dump. And like at our age and what's going on in our lives and career and family and everything, like we just don't have the time that we didn't really have the time in college either, but we made time. So I don't have the time. But I would really. There's a couple of games. I don't know if I want to get Cyberpunk. I think I said it. I almost want to have it because it's a physical card. That's kind of weird. That's different and new for me. Like I'd like to have it.
You're into this whole ownership thing, and I just don't understand it.
I think because there's been such a heartbreak. There's been such a struggle of having a AAA game on this little tiny card that does like I drank the Kool-Aid and I'm like, oh, okay. So maybe there's something to that. With that said, I would never it's not even the kind of game I'd really want to play. So it'd just be a waste of money. Outlaws, though, does look like a game I would like to play, and I'd like to play on the Switch, handheld, and on the TV. So that might be one that will be a little out of my norm, but if it has a cool story and it runs quickly enough that like Katie can be playing a game on her phone and I be playing it in the living room, that's what I'm kind of like trying to find of these longer games. I think the Indiana Jones would be definitely one of those.
Yeah.
And maybe the 007 one, I think, because they're taking almost beat for beat of what IOI learned from Hitman and make it look cool and, do some funky stuff, but have a cool story. And now it's 007, something an IP compared to Hitman that my wife probably knows of. Meh. Like, there's a whole lore there. You'd have to go back 7 games probably.
Yeah, no, we saw Hitman come up in the movies to watch the other night. I was like, yeah, you're not going to be into that, trust me.
But Timothy Oliphant
Uh,
was
was it
was
Timothy
not.
Oliphant?
It was. It was not a good movie, but I love Timothy. Timothy. I like
Timothy.
Timothy.
Timothy
Hey,
Bimini.
Timothy. Timothy. I really like it. I've almost considered buying it just because I like him, but it
Well,
was
you
not a
should
good
just
movie.
get back to watching Alien Earth because he is
Man.
fantastic in it.
Yeah, I heard he does not play his normal action or country. He is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs,
I
and
mean,
he does a really good job. We all forget too. What was the short-lived show that he had? Santa Maria or something like that?
Santa Clarita Diet
Yeah,
with
which was
Drew
like
Barrymore.
horror. Yeah, horror comedy, horror, more
Well,
on the
yeah, it
comedy.
was mostly not really much horror because it was just zombie comedy, and yeah, I mean,
Is that a thing?
it wasn't that show.
Oh, sad panda. I have it saved because I was like, maybe.
There's better stuff to watch, honestly.
Okay, all right, fair.
We got through, I think, half a season, and then we just gave up. We're like, yeah.
That's sad. Oh, that reminds me. Bonus of things we found. If you like Parks and Rec and you like The Office and some of those comedians that were in those two, and then they intermingled because the
Yeah.
writer, producer, director guy who's also doing The Paper right now, Ghosted. It only made one season, didn't go very far. But there are a lot of those comedians in Ghosted. This is the first TV show in a while that we have like legit laugh. We're like, oh, comedy. And then we just watch it and we're not laughing. It's almost like we're dead. And we're like, then we're like, oh, that was really good. Let's watch another one. These we've actually like legit laughed. If you take Supernatural and then you take Parks and Rec or The Office and you blend the two together, that's what you get. And we've enjoyed it.
Nice.
One season,
nice.
Unfortunately. 2019.
We watched Novocaine last night, the movie, and we thought that was highly entertaining.
Yes. Novocaine, is it a comedy?
It is an action comedy starring Jack Quaid, who you don't watch The Boys, do you? Well,
we watched
one of the
all
stars
but
of the
the last season.
Well, then you'll know Jack Quaid. He's the skinny tall guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
he's been in other movies.
Oh yeah, he's in a bunch of stuff. But yeah, he's the lead in this one. It's not a very high budget movie, but it is very well done and it's very entertaining. And Rachel stayed awake the entire time, so that tells you something.
All right. No, what was that on? Netflix, Amazon?
It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
We might be on Amazon Prime.
We might be dropping Disney.
Is it just because it's expensive, or is it because of the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing?
It's a mixed bag. I don't know how to answer that right now. A combination, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But we've been watching more.
I will tell you, we've been
watching more Amazon Prime, and we've been watching more Netflix, and it's kind of been our two go-tos. Hulu only for murders. That's it. Only murders in the building.
Yeah. So I think for us, like, we had canceled Disney, and then I got an offer for like 2 or 3 months at $2.99 a month.
That you couldn't refuse.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a no-brainer. It's like So we renewed for that, and then they rolled Hulu into it. So really, the only stuff we're watching is Only Murders and Alien Earth.
Yeah.
But as soon as those are done, we'll probably cancel.
Yeah. We were going to watch Skeleton Crew, and, everyone said it was cute and fun and nice, like breath to the Star Wars universe. And we got through the first episode and we were like, yeah, it just didn't grab us. And I know it'll gain and whatever. And then what was another one? Oh, Ironheart. We didn't finish
we watched
that
Ironheart.
either.
We really liked it. I mean, it's only 6 episodes. It's super easy to binge.
That's true.
You should finish
That's
it.
True. And, I think we talked about it, like the last 2 episodes are really like, you're like, oh, nice. So yeah, I don't know. We're gonna drop it.
I mean, I can't blame you. It's
And when we go back, it's usually like Indiana Jones. I own all those. It's Pirates. She owns all of those. Star Wars. I already own those. And it's the first three, not the last three. Yeah, like I even own Solo, and I own not it's the prequel. It's not the prequel. It's the after Andor. Star Wars Rogue One, just great. Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh, so good. So I'm kind of like, and then we own some of the Marvel stuff. We own Infinity and Endgame. So it's like, Spider-Man. We own that. Thanks, Sony.
Yeah. There's not going to be a lot to watch.
She
There's not a
bought-
lot coming. I feel like they kind of pared back their content schedule.
Yeah. And like Thunderbolts came out real slow, and then all of a sudden it got really rave reviews at the very end, which was kind of weird because the initial reviews were like, it's fine. And then all of a sudden there was just this weird uptick of like positiveness for the movie. Every time I kind of look at her and go, do you want to watch Thunderbolts? And she goes, no, not really.
It's Thunderbolts is a good movie.
So
You should watch it before you cancel.
all right. That's a good recommendation.
Yeah. I don't
There's no good
have
TV shows. Is there any TV shows other than
no, just
Alien
stuff
Earth?
on Hulu.
Oh my god! Alien Earth. And
No, I was
Only
gonna say
Murders.
there's a show that Rachel really loved. The second season just came out, High Potential on Hulu. So because Katie likes like kind of murder mystery stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, this might be in her wheelhouse. So it's about this woman who has a super high IQ, and she basically is a cleaning lady, and she solves a murder. But she's cleaning the police station, solves a murder in one night that they've been working on for God knows how long, and then they basically conscript her to help solve murders.
Oh, it's Castle, or what was the other one?
Rizzoli and Isles, or
what was the devil one where he's the devil?
oh, Lucifer.
Lucifer, yeah.
All-time favorite, yes. So yeah, you guys should check that out. I haven't gotten a chance to watch it yet because Rachel watched it when I was in Ohio, but I think I would love it, and I might have to get into it.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't have an indie update this week, but I did want to call out that the Steam Next Fest is coming up October 13th through the 20th.
What is
And
that,
that's-
Eric?
That is a celebration of upcoming games. So
That are coming to Steam?
yes. I mean,
Or yeah.
if you're a game, you're most likely coming to Steam because
Yeah, well, that's kind of like why I brought it up. I was like, listen, every game at some point coming to Steam.
But I mean, here's the other thing. We're getting to the last part of the year here. That'll be the last quarter of 2025.
I mean, this is when everything starts kind of blowing up, really.
Are we finally gonna have a Half-Life 3 announcement?
No, dude. Was that
No?
like
You don't think
episode
so?
1? I think we talked about this back in episode 1. Because that's
yeah.
how important Half-Life is for the game community. Are they waiting? They're like, listen, this generation's got to die at some point, and nobody's going to remember. I did just see, side note, Rooster Teeth, who are now Regulation, was it Jeff and Gavin? They just did a play of Portal 2, and I was like, wow, old school, bringing it back. Speaking
Portal
of,
2, old school. But words that make me sad a little bit. Good old days.
I never played that game. I think you were like, oh, we're totally gonna play this, and then it was League of Legends, it was Eve, it was Minecraft, and it was WoW, and that never fit, and Diablo a little bit, and that never fit. I always want to play Left 4 Dead with you.
There's got to be another one of those games coming out soon, or if it's not already out there.
What a good game. All of those games.
Yeah.
Those are like, again, poo-poo on Nintendo for trying to lock people down from like, hey, that's a cool idea. I can come up with an idea that's similar, but it's still going to be different. We talked about it about other video games and board games. Like, an idea is an idea, but you still make it your own. It's like, there's no point reinventing a wheel. The wheel's been there for a long time.
Software patents in general, I take a lot of issue with, as just from a conceptual basis, because it's.
I mean, if that's the case, nobody can make another Metroidvania except for Capcom. Okay,
I mean, here's
they
the
got
thing.
Metroid, or not.
The
not
first
Metroid,
Pokemon
they got
game
Castlevania.
is 30 years old. Patents only last for 20 years. So, like, they're trying to patent an idea that they had a while ago. And since then, they're, like, saying, oh, they've added and innovated on said idea. I'm like, because the angle at which you throw the Pokeball, that's worth patenting?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What was the other game we talked about that, I mean, it's a direct copy. That's where it's a little
the Sony
poo-poo on
one?
you. Yeah.
Which they're coming back and saying, oh, does Sony have the rights to all the open world RPG style games? And I'm like, no, just the ones where you copy every element of it.
Yeah. So like every person and thing, look, exactly.
Robot dinosaurs and post-apocalyptic, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have a lot of sympathy on that front.
I know, but it's there. So are people going to buy it? I mean, yeah, but to the degree that Horizon Dawn, no. Oh, we already talked about the movie. So excited for the movie. Isn't there like some TV shows? God of War, man.
What about it? I mean, there's no news, is there? Do you know something I don't?
It's slated for next year.
Okay, I guess that's news.
Man, you know what, man?
I feel like we're grasping at straws here.
We can ramble. It's okay. What are you drinking? How's that?
A watermelon margarita. It's nice and refreshing to go with this warm heat that we're having. I'm trying to savor the last bits of summer.
Yeah.
We slip into the darkness of fall and winter, and
I'm really excited for that.
Oh my God.
I was sweating real bad.
Oh my God, I was sweating. Sweat.
My tone like
coming out of my pores.
Yeah, it was really sweaty, and not in like that workout way or in the just humid sweat grossness. My dogs were like, what is going on? I gave most of my water to my dogs than to me.
I was like, were they licking you for the salt deposits?
I added electrolytes to it so that it would help a little bit, and it did, thank God. So yeah, I'm very ready for cooler, drier weather, but I think we talked offline that I might be spoiled from California and Colorado.
Yes.
I mean, you go there and then you come back and you're like, oh, there's a difference. Okay, I would rather have what's in the Rockies and West. Please, thank you.
You know, I do like that climate a lot. It's just...
I know, somebody was talking about San Diego at one point.
We love San Diego.
San Diego.
Yes.
It's a cool city.
It is a very cool city. All right, we should wrap here, I think, because I got to go pee.
I could vamp.
Thank you everybody for tuning in to yet another episode of the Geeqoid Podcast with your hosts Erik
and Jarrad.
Yes, we're very happy to have you, and we'll be back next week. What we're going to be talking about, anybody's guess. I'm willing to bet it's going to be something related to AI. Because I feel like it's been a while since we've talked about AI, and there's a lot going on.
Chomping at the bit, Erik. You're so excited.
I mean, like nothing. I have nothing top of mind. I'm just guessing.
But I bet you will, because you did for many episodes.
So yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, upvote, all the things. And we have a newsletter coming at you real soon.
We just keep that going, dude, please.
It'll be so disappointing when it actually comes out.
Yeah. Or you throw out the newsletter saying, like, it's coming soon.
Oh, yeah. I could just send an email blast to our 10 subscribers.
It's really cute. It's really funny. And then put a little winky face afterwards. And, like, you get it. Like, if you go, and then, if I have to say this, you don't know the joke. Listen to the podcast.
Alrighty. Hasta la vista, Girl Scouts.
Hey, how was my audio? Is it good? Is it better?
End of transmission.